Are you a beginner golfer? Well, that's good, because I have 3 very important tips to improve your game right now, because these are the most important tips for anybody starting out in golf, and I've got them right here for you. Make sure you pay close attention, because these are going to change your game. Tip number 1 when you're starting out, and probably the most important tip to develop your game as you progress, is your grip. We're going to go over a couple grips really fast to make sure that we're setting comfortably in our swing. Grip number 1 will be a strong grip, where this lead hand, or left hand in my case, has knuckles over the top, and I'm focusing on going more through these fingertips and not in the palm. I'm not trying to grab over here. I'm focusing on going more through the finger where they meet the palm in the pad of the hand right here, gripping down and showing more knuckles over the top here as with that left hand, and then the same concept with the bottom hand, interlocking this finger here and then showing both my thumbs on the back side of that club. This is going to give me the ability when I get to the top right here to have that face a little bit more closed as I come down, a little bit more natural. So as I'm taking that swing, I have the ability to rotate those hands. So when I hit this, I should be able to close that face down and force that ball left. Grip number 2, weak, where I take this left hand or lead hand again and I show less knuckles. This is naturally going to want to go a little bit more into the palm of your hand when you weaken this grip like this, so don't feel afraid of that. I'm going to take this interlock here and I'm going to really wrap that lead hand over, showing more knuckles on the right hand here. This is going to give me less of an ability to turn that club face if I'm overhooking the ball or if I'm hitting it too far left. What I'm going to do is try to focus on weakening the grip, and this is going to get that club face to be a little bit more open through impact, forcing this club to get that ball to go a little bit more right as I make contact with it. Grip number 3 here we're going to be focusing on is something a little bit more neutral. So that means I'm going to be taking this grip and I'm going to be forcing that thumb right down the middle, shrinking it in a little bit. Remember, focusing on getting this through the pads of my hands, interlocking, putting that thumb slightly more over. For me, you can be a little bit straight down the line if you want to, but shrinking those hands in. This is going to give me the ability as for a little bit higher level handicap to manipulate the face either direction I would like to. I have the ability to shot shape, and I'm going to try to focus on being a little bit more neutral through the grip, and that's going to give me that ability to shot shape a little bit easier. Tip number 2 here is our posture. One thing that we're going to be focusing on is spacing and posture, okay? So for example, if I'm too far from the ball like this and I'm really sitting that toe high here and I try to take a swing, that club's going to want to exit left really quick and that ball's going to go right, guaranteed every single time. When I get to the ball, I'm going to set up with a decent posture in my spine angle here, and all I'm going to do is stand up, push my hips back, drop my chest down, and try to feel that I'm in an athletic seated posture here. And for me, it's pinky to thumb to my belt buckle. That's where I want to be at. And then another way to check this is if I'm just dangling my right arm down from this posture and I put it on, that's right where that club should be. So I'm taking this ball in my seated posture and focusing on taking that club away, matching my spine angle here. So getting into that posture of being here, keeping this triangle nice and long as I take it away, not breaking it down early or rolling the hands open. Gonna keep this triangle nice and long, and just continue that rotation through. Posture and spacing are some of the most important things in the golf swing that we need to understand before I go hit the ball. So if you're one of those golfers as a beginner that's standing really, really far away or really close and seated down in this 90 degree, all that's happening is your body's getting in the way, forcing your hands high through impact and early extension. That's causing these Duffer's Diary. And what I want to feel is that I take a half step back, stand a little taller, feel athletic, get in my posture where I take this shaka here and put that pinky to thumb belt buckle, dangle that right hand down, straighten my back out, club head matches spine angle when I get to checkpoint 1 here, spine angle and through. Tip number 3 here is all about the path. And one thing that people misunderstand when thinking about path is that in order to get the ball to go straight, they feel like they have to swing straight, which means that my face as I get through this impact here is staying open and forcing that ball to go out to the right. What I want to feel is don't swing straight. I want to feel that when I get into this posture here, I'm pulling down, letting that club path come to the inside if I'm trying to draw the ball. And if I'm wanting to cut it, I'm letting that club path come to the outside and exiting left if I'm trying to cut the ball. So if I want to hit the ball straight, I still have to have some sort of in to out swing here and extension closing that club face down so that ball starts on a straighter line. Okay, so for example, if I'm trying to draw the ball, I'm going to swing out to my right here. And what a couple tips, if you check out my last video, is that I want to close my stance just a little bit here, letting that feet line go a little bit more right of target. And then I want to swing hands on feet line. That's going to get this ball to go left. If I want that ball to go right, then all I'm going to do is open that stance, not open my foot necessarily, but just pull that left or lead foot back a little bit and then pull my hands along that feet line to get that ball to go into a cut shot. And if I'm trying to hit the ball straight, be it slightly inside, along that arcing swing a little bit longer than normal. You really focus on those 3 tips, your game will change, and I promise you that. You focus on your grip, your spacing and your posture, and then your club path. Stay tuned for another 3 tips. If you've watched this far and you aren't already following, liked, and subscribed, then I hope that you slice it off the tee for the rest of your life. Duffer's Diary, out.